Hey folks, well, we're back. Saturday morning, week of work, normal job, and some tuning through the week. Truck's back in the garage, wondering why, I guess. Well, let me turn this around and show you what I've got going on. So we're tweaking now in the time between now and SEMA. And the other surprise that we have in store for you probably first week in October. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. A few more weeks away, but it's happening fast. So let me show you what we got going on today. Stand by. Okay, and you gotta bear with me. I've got a cold this week for some reason. I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, I've got a couple different types of bellows here, and then I've been messing around with this one. That bellows has a pipe inside a pipe with the corrugated piece out of it, and it's supposed to be super strong and durable, but it doesn't seem to tolerate a lot of deflection. And the motor, because it's on stock motor mounts, has a lot of vibration. And I think I'm probably at the install limit of that bellows. So I could probably fix that bellows, like align it just a little bit better. It rattles quite a bit when it's cold, and it warms up, and it's fine. But that's where all my issues have been, and I kind of destroyed the coating on it messing around with it. So I'll have to recoat that when I'm done fixing it. So I'm going to pull this tire off and take this turbo out, and probably do the other one since I'm there. The nice thing is it's super serviceable, should come straight out. I've got to take, basically all this off, shouldn't be that big a deal. And then I've got these two different types of bellows, just trying to experiment. It's a little expensive to experiment this way, but, we just got to get it done. So this would work, I think. It's very flexible, but it's single layer. And I don't think that this is actually designed for a turbo up pipe. It's more on the other side, naturally aspirated exhaust, and would work very well. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you've got this one. And this has got like some bands inside of it and is flexible. Takes a little bit more pressure to flex it, and it's mesh on the outside. This is good for right around 20 pounds of boost on the up pipe side. So I'm only ever going to run 15 to 16 and around 11 normally. So I think, and this is just a teeny bit wider than this one, the outside diameter. So I'll cut the other one out so you can see all three. But we're going to go to this guy. The pipe actually slides inside. What I'll probably do is just put a bead around here and close off all these little bands, because it's going to make a mess to try and weld this to this with the other piece. I think they sell these with end caps already on them. We've got these from Summit. So that's another, it's 2.5 inch again, and basically this will allow the same amount of flex as the other one, but tolerate, I think, a little bit more movement, and I won't have that metal to metal that's occurring inside this pipe, and it just resonates in that stainless and makes a racket. And I don't want to hear that on a street truck. Probably okay for a race truck, but yeah, it's kind of driving me nuts. So let's get the wheel off and start pulling the turbo off, and we'll see how that goes. So hopefully you can see this, maybe not. Let me get a light. So I cut the pipe off, and I can see right where I put it together incorrectly. So it really wasn't the bellows fault, but you can see that the pipe that I slipped it in too far. So it was not touching there, but it was absolutely touching right there. So as we went down the road or something like that, and even at idle, it would hit So yeah, you can actually even hear it, and that would actually rattle until it heated up and expanded. So yeah, and you can actually, I think you can actually see like the shiny spot right there. So that's fine. Yeah, right there, it would do that noise right there, just like that. And yep, so that's definitely where it was, and it was making a loud racket throughout the exhaust, and I couldn't find it. Of course, it reverberated through the entire system because it's all stainless, and it carried that noise pretty well. So lesson learned, you know, when you do the bellows, you know, maybe, you know, just verify that you're not going in, you know, into the pipe too much, because that's definitely an installation error, not the bellows fault at all. So anyway, more to follow. Alright, well, a couple hours, maybe like 4 maybe total. Kind of made a mess of things, but I think we got it all back together again, and it's working pretty good. So as you recall, at the beginning of the video, let me get this guy. We had these bellows in there, and you know, it's not the bellows fault, it's definitely my fault. I inserted the pipe too far down into the pipe itself, or the bellows, and I showed you there earlier. It was definitely rubbing. Nothing other than an annoyance, but let me put this down. Definitely nothing I really wanted to live with, and it's kind of annoying going down the road just hearing that. You can turn the stereo up and all that, but no need for that. So let me turn it around. Let me show you what we ended up doing. Okay, so I ended up with the new bellows there with the mesh, and I had to reset the turbo placement just a little bit. You know, the engine's found its happy place on where it likes to sit, which is a little bit different than when I dropped it in. It really wasn't a huge deal on this side. Everything kind of went in just like it's supposed to. Yeah, that was no problem. Super quiet now. It doesn't rattle. This one was a little more tricky. It definitely moved a little bit, which is fine. Here's the bellows down there, nice and tidy. Yep, but everything's back in how it's supposed to be. The other thing I worked on while I was here, I went ahead and added this. Let's see if you can see it in here. Get a good shot of it. This line right here, and that was a vent filter, and it would just smoke consistently, and that's normal. I didn't think it was going to smoke that much, but just at an idle, you know, when it's hot, you can just see smoke come out the side. So I still got this one. I need to clean that line up, or take that filter off, and then run another line back. But what I ended up doing was I run those lines down here. Let me get down here, and it's sitting in this catch can now, with filters on top and baffles. So it may smoke a little bit, but at least everything will capture down here, and then it's easily serviced. So pretty cool. So yeah, other than that, pretty much done. It's just little odds and ends. I got another tune in from Very Cool Parts and Lang Stangs, trying different techniques, and I kind of like this tune. So let me well, let's see how it sounds. Let's see if you can hear the rattle in the video, or the lack thereof. So hold on, let me turn this around. Hold on. Okay, and let's see. Yep, no rattles. here we go, maiden voyage. Let's see if you can hear the rattles or lack thereof. Used to rattle right in here, remember? We were just pulling out. I even mentioned in one of the other videos that it was rattling. It's not doing that now, thankfully. It'd drive me insane if it were. And I'd probably hear a loud yell. But yeah, motor's just warmed up now. Transmission still warming, I guess. Let's see what it's at. Keep an eye on it this time. Yeah, it's only at 114, so not bad. Let's see how this thing works. And we'll make sure we put it in sport mode for you. Make sure you hear all the nice, cool noises and stuff. Watch out for the kids here. So far, so good. No issues. Alright. Let's see what this looks like. Hopefully you can hear all the whoosh and stuff. I'm thinking it's going to turn the tires. But we'll see. This tune's pretty spicy. We'll see. Spicy. So, yep, still making good power. No rattles. Super quiet now. That's what we needed. Let's see what it sounds like with all the windows up. You can hear the rattle a little bit. That's not too bad. Got a little something going on there. Have to tighten everything up. Yeah, for the most part, real happy with it. So we'll get some more miles on it and keep tuning on it and enjoying this build. It's nothing like sitting in this OEM F-150 in the cab, and everything else is custom. Runs real good. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, and remember, we get some stuff coming up in about a week or two, so stay tuned. I'll keep doing weekly updates. I'll be driving the truck quite a bit, so